And then, last but not least, automation station, baby. You know the deal. Automate, 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 right? You got to sit here because you don't want to be the one to check in guests. You don't want to be the one to be sending messages back and forth to guests, right? You don't want to be the one to send key codes to guests.
Mhm.
None of that. You want to be able to automate that. And there's so many tools. We use a tool called Guesty that everything integrates into Airbnb, VBRO. We buy Wi-Fi locks where that integrates into Guesty. So, and then you can also automate messages that go out at certain times for your guests once they book. And all that is integrated to Guesty. And once a person booked, they get their key code, they get the address, they get any automations that, you send any pre-messages you want to send, about any and everything about, your property. So all that things are going on while you're sitting here listening to Martin and I on the podcast,
Right.
or eating with your family, and you don't have to worry about that. So you want to make sure that you automate things. Hey, Martin, they got things so much where they got like noise detectors,
That's
right? Like the
amazing.
worst thing that you want is a party going on at your property and they're just 100 people there
What do
wrecking the.
you use for that, Lenny? What software do you use for noise detector?
Well, actually, I don't have any and
You
I
don't have.
need to buy one. So I'm actually in process and I'm bringing it up because look, that's another thing. I had a party. Someone had a party at my Myrtle Beach property and I didn't know. You know what I mean? And I found out by my camera. I have a camera that's outside. It kept ringing like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And I looked and there was hundreds of people outside.
Holy smokes!
Yes. Oh my God, it was so many people. It was ridiculous. And thank God nothing actually happened. But hundreds of people. I was able to call the cops. Notify Airbnb, and they was able to get out of there. You know what I mean?
What was your
But
biggest lesson from that experience?
the biggest lesson from that experience is one, get yourself some noise detectors, right?
Hmm.
Two, if you can, try to get to know your surrounding neighbors, right? If they're individuals that own their homes or they're other Airbnb investors, you guys can work together, right? Because they can see things that you might don't see and they can notify you, right? Three, sometimes some things are going to happen. This is a lesson. Some things is going to happen, and what you have to do is take it, accept it, resolve it, and move on. Because it's going to be one guess out of 100, right? And one guess shouldn't stop the cash flow. Look, I just told them I'm getting 61% cash on cash. You
Mm.
think I'm going to let one person or two people or three people stop that from happening? And
No,
the answer is no, 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 no,
hell
right?
no.
You get a boom for that,
Yeah.
right? So those are my lessons. My lessons is if you're going to be in this hospitality industry, because it's different from long-term rentals, you got to be more hospitable, right? Then you got to be able to swallow when someone do something to your property that you don't like, get it resolved, and move on to get your next guest so you can keep the cash flow moving in.